Students, welcome to the chemistry class number 110. Faraday's laws of electrolysis. In electrochemistry, we are taking Faraday's laws of electrolysis. So Faraday was the first scientist who gave the quantitative aspect of electrolysis. During electrolysis, how much of substance is produced. So that quantitative aspect has been proposed, explained by Faraday. You see. So for which he proposed two laws: Faraday's first law of electrolysis and Faraday's second law of electrolysis. So first law of electrolysis. What is the first law of electrolysis? According to this, you see, W is directly proportional to Q. So that means during electrolysis, the mass of the substance deposited W, mass of the substance deposited W during electrolysis is directly proportional to quantity of electricity passed. Once again, during electrolysis, the mass of the substance deposited at an electrode W is directly proportional to the quantity of the electricity passed. So again, during electrolysis, the mass of the substance deposited, the mass of the substance produced, or quantity of that is the quantity of the chemical reaction takes place. Amount of chemical reaction takes place. Both are the same. You see, mass of the substance deposited at an electrode or amount of chemical reaction takes place is directly proportional to quantity of electricity passed. That is, W is directly proportional to Q. So R, W is equal to Z I T. It can be written as W is equal to Z I T, Q is equal to Z I T. Where I is equal to current in amperes, and T is equal to time in seconds, and Z is equal to constant called electrochemical equivalent. It is the constant called what? Electrochemical equivalent. And of course, W is equal to mass of the substance. Mass of substance deposited. Mass of the substance deposited. Z is equal to constant called, proportional to constant called electrochemical equivalent of an element. And I is equal to current in amperes, T is equal to time in seconds. And then, so by passing 1 ampere of current, passing 1 ampere of current for 1 second, that is passing of 1 ampere of current for 1 second is equal to 1 coulomb of electricity. Remember? So it is the point to remember. You see. It is the important note. Passing of 1 ampere of current for 1 second is equal to 1 coulomb of electricity. What is 1 coulomb of electricity? Passing of 1 ampere of current for 1 second is called 1 coulomb of electricity. But we know that charge on 1 electron. What is the charge on 1 electron? We know that is 1.602 into 10 power. That is 19 minus 19. That is 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. So it is the charge present on 1 electron. What is the charge present on 1 mole of electron? Charge on 1 mole of electron is equal to Avogadro number Na into 2E. So that means 1 mole of electrons is equal to Avogadro number of electrons. We know that. You see. So therefore, Avogadro, what is Avogadro number? What is the value of Avogadro number? 1.602 into 10 to the power of what? That is 23. 1.023 into 10 to the power 23 into what is the charge on 1 electron? 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19. That is coulombs, of course. So if you that is calculate it, you will be getting, you see, the answer is 96,488 coulombs. So that is charge on 1 mole of electron is equal to 96,488 coulombs, or approximately it is equal to 96,500 coulombs. So electricity of 96,000 for charge or electricity of 96,500 coulombs is equal to 1 Faraday. Remember what is 1 Faraday? 1 Faraday is equal to 96,500 coulombs. What is 1 Faraday? 96,500 coulombs of electricity is called as 1 Faraday. But we know that 1 Faraday or 96,500 coulombs of electricity discharges 1 gram equivalent mass. Remember, 96,500 coulombs or 1 Faraday of electricity discharges or produces are that 96,500 coulombs of electricity or that is a charge that is equal to 1 Faraday discharges 1 gram equivalent mass. 1 gram equivalent mass of an element. Remember, 96,500 coulombs is equal to 1 Faraday. That amount of charge or electricity produces or discharges 1 gram equivalent mass of an element. So therefore, we know that 96,500 coulombs of electricity is called as 1 Faraday. 96,500 coulombs or 1 Faraday of electricity produces or discharges 1 gram equivalent mass of element. So then, 1 coulomb of electricity produces how much? 96,500 coulombs produces 1 gram equivalent mass of element. It can be written as E, let us say capital E, equivalent mass of element E, capital E. So that is, what is the mass of the substance produced by 1 coulomb? 96,500 coulombs produces E. Then 1 coulomb what? That means you see, that is 1 coulomb of electricity produces how much? That is nothing but electroequivalent mass, electrochemical equivalent. Electrochemical equivalent. Therefore, electrochemical equivalent, that is Z is equal to. So that means you see, E is produced by 96,500. E divided by 96,000, that means E amount of substance is produced by 96,500 coulombs of electricity. Therefore, that is 96,500 coulombs is equal to E. So therefore, 1 coulomb is equal to, that is nothing but electrochemical equivalent. Z is equal to 96,000. That is E divided by 96,500 gram per coulomb is gram per coulomb, because E electrochemical equal, that is E, you see, mass of the substance, electrochemical equivalent mass of an element E divided by coulombs. This is coulombs, therefore gram per coulomb. So therefore, we know that 96,500 coulombs of electricity produces 1 gram equivalent mass of an element, which is equal to E. Therefore, 1 coulomb of electricity how much? That is 96,500 means E. Therefore, what means into 1. So therefore, E by 96,500 gram per coulomb. That is electrochemical equivalent, ECE, electrochemical equivalent is equal to Z is equal to E by 96,500 gram per coulomb. Okay, that is one aspect to be remembered in electrochemistry. For first law of electrolysis, we know that statement again. During electrolysis, the mass of the substance deposited or amount of chemical reaction takes place is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity passed. That is, the mass of the substance deposited at an electrode is directly proportional to quantity of electricity passed. That is, W is equal to ZIT, where I is equal to current in amperes, T is time in seconds, Z is nothing but it is this, that is a constant of proportionality, which is called as constant called electrochemical equivalent. That is that W is nothing but mass of the substance. But passing of 1 ampere of current for 1 second is called the 1 coulomb of electricity. What is meant by 1 coulomb of electricity or 1 coulomb of charge? 1 coulomb of charge or electricity is equal to passing of 1 ampere of current for 1 second. Okay. So therefore, you see 1 coulomb is equal to passing of 1 ampere of current for 1 second. So, but we know that, you see, what is the charge present on the electron? We know that the charge present on 1 electron is equal to 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb, and therefore, if you convert this 1 electron, single electron to 1 mole, so 1 mole of electrons is equal to Avogadro number of electrons. We know that is A into charge present on 1 electron. So therefore, 1.0223 to 10 power 23, that is your Avogadro number, into 1.602 into 10 power minus 19, minus what? 19 outright. That much of coulombs. If it's that is calculated to be 96,488 coulombs. We approximately it is taken for as 96,500 coulombs, which is equal to 1 Faraday. What is 1 Faraday? 96,000. A charge of 96,500 coulombs of electricity is equal to 1 Faraday of electricity. Okay. So now you can calculate Z. So we know that 96,500 coulombs of electricity, which is equal to 1 Faraday, produces or discharges 1 gram equal mass of an element, which is equal to E. So therefore, 96,500 coulombs produces 1 gram equivalent mass. Therefore, how much of mass is obtained by passing 1 coulomb of electricity, which is nothing but 1 coulomb of electricity, which is nothing but you see Z. You see, for 1 coulomb means that is 1 coulomb of electricity. That is 1 coulomb of electricity is equal to Z. You see, that is nothing but electrochemical equivalent. So therefore, 1 coulomb of electricity, which is electrochemical equivalent, Z is equal to, that is 96,500 means 1 gram equivalent mass E. Therefore, 1 coulomb means into 1. So therefore, E by 96,500 gram per coulomb. Okay. That after that we see. So we have one more concept here. So next amount of electricity required. So for example, you see, for any oxidation electrode reaction, for example, that is Ag plus 1 electron gives rise to Ag. How much of electricity is required for this conversion? So it is reduction reaction. That means 1 mole of silver ion is the reaction to 1 mole of electrons, giving 1 mole of that means silver ions are reduced to silver. That means 1 mole of silver ions reduced to 1 mole of silver, for which 1 mole of electrons are required. So therefore, the amount of electricity or the that is amount of the charge of electricity required for the desired equation or required electrode reaction depends upon oxidation as well as oxidation or reduction. Whether the electrode reaction takes place with oxidation or not reduction. That is stoichiometry of the electrode reaction. Let us say. So that means it may be oxidation or reduction, but charge required, amount of electricity or charge required for the reaction depends upon the stoichiometry of the electrode reaction. Let us say it may be oxidation reduction. So here it is reduction. You see, silver ion, 1 mole of silver ions are reduced to 1 mole of silver by taking 1 mole of electrons. How many moles of electrons are required? So 1 mole of electrons are required to convert. So that means 1 mole of electrons are nothing but you see 96,000. That is 1 mole of electron is equal to 96,500 coulombs of electricity. 96,500 coulombs. That means 1 mole is equal to 1 Faraday. 1 mole of electrons is equal to 1 Faraday. That is equal to 96,500 coulombs of electricity, or 1 Faraday of electricity is required for the conversion of 1 mole of silver ions to 1 mole of silver. So for example, if you take a second example, Mg2 plus 2 electrons gives rise to Mg. So that means here 1 mole of silver ions, 2 moles of electrons, that is 1 mole of that means you see 1 mole of magnesium ions are reduced to 1 mole of magnesium, for which it requires 2 moles of electrons. That means 2 moles of electrons means 2 into 96,500. That is 2 Faraday. 2 Faraday means 2 into 96,500 coulombs. You know that is 0, 0, 2, 5 are 10, 0, that is 1, 2, 6 are 12, 13, 1, 2, and 9 are 18 plus 1 is 19. that is 1,93,000 coulombs. 2 Faraday is equal to what? 1,93,000 coulombs of electricity is required for the conversion of 1 mole of magnesium ions into 1 mole of magnesium. So if you take this one, you see that is Al3 plus 3 electrons Q is raised to 3. Yeah. So here you will be getting that is 3 moles of electrons are required. 3 moles of electrons are required for the conversion of 1 mole of aluminum ions into 1 mole of what? Aluminum. So therefore 3 moles means 3 into 86,500 coulombs of electricity is required for the conversion of that is 1 mole of aluminum into 1 mole of aluminum. That is how we can that is calculate the amount of charge or electricity required for the conversion of the that is electrode reactions. It may be oxidation as well as water reductions. Okay. So then after that you see that is the amount. One more important thing you see during electrolysis, during the process of electrolysis where the electrolyte is converted into its constituent elements. During the electrolysis of an electrolyte, the charge or electricity passed through electrolyte solution during electrolysis is equal to the product of the time as well as the charge and current. How much of current is passed for how much of time? That is, the charge or electricity required or passed through electrolytic cell during electrolysis is equal to the product of the current in amperes into time in seconds. Current in amperes, time in watt seconds. That is amount of electricity that is passed is equal to Q. Q is equal to I means I in amperes, that is the current in amperes into time in watt seconds. I into T, I into D, time in seconds. I into T. Q is equal to I into T. So that is the quantity of electricity or amount that is charge passed through electrolytic cell during the electrolysis. Okay. So this is regarding the first Faraday's laws of electrolysis. First Faraday's law of electrolysis. So we will have some more problems afterwards after the second law of Faraday's electrolysis. See, second law. First law is W is directly proportional to Q. Second law is Faraday's second law of electrolysis. So second law of electrolysis statement is like this, you see. So let me take 2 or more electrolyte solutions, you see. So this is one electrolyte solution, one more. So this is electrolyte solution. So let me take, this is one electrode. So this is one more electrode. You see. So that means when that is A, B, C, 3 electrolyte solutions. For example, first one zinc sulfate, copper sulfate, and then ferrous sulfate, like this. Or even if you take HCl solution, very simple HCl. So here, what it means, you see, when the same amount of electricity, you see, it is series series connection, you see here. So when the electrolyte solutions, when the same amount of electricity is passed through different electrolyte solutions A, B, C. In the different electrolyte solutions means, you see, in first that is beaker we are going to take HCl solution. It is one electrolyte. So in the second beaker we are going to take copper sulfate. And third one is ferrous sulfate. So what it means, you see here, when the same amount of electricity is passed through the different electrolyte solutions, that means, you see, for example, if you pass 2 amperes of current through all the three means, you see, electrolyte A, electrolyte B, electrolyte C. when the same amount of electricity is passed through different electrolyte solutions, then the amount of the substance deposited at different electrodes, you see here, amount of the substance deposited at different electrodes is directly proportional to their equivalent masses. Their equivalent masses. So that is, when the same amount of electricity is passed through different electrolyte solutions, then the amount of the substances deposited at different electrodes, the amount of the substance deposited or produced or deposited at different electrodes will be equal to their equivalent masses, their equivalent masses. So for example, you see, this is A, B, C. So that means when same, that is 2 amperes of current is passed through same copper HCl, copper sulfate, ferrous sulfate, we know that, you see, so in the HCl, we have only 2 grams of hydrogen is deposited, and here copper 32 grams and iron 54 grams. So therefore, it is confirmed that, you see, when the same amount of electricity is passed through different electrolyte solutions, so that then the mass of the substance deposited at the different electrodes will be depending upon their equivalent masses. When the same amount of electricity is passed through different electrolyte solutions, the amount of the substance deposited depends upon their equivalent masses. That means, you see, here we are passing only 2 amperes of current in all the cases, but we are getting only 2 grams here 32 grams, here 54 grams. That means, you see, that will depend upon its equivalent mass. The equivalent mass of hydrogen is only 2 grams, equivalent mass of copper is 32 grams, so iron is 54 grams. So, but we are passing only 2 amperes of current. So, that means, you see, we are passing the same amount of 2 amperes, but the amount of the substances will be different.